Hi guys, gnembon here and welcome to the second part of our Shulker expedition where we want to collect enough Shulkers and move them to the Overworld so at least our mob switch situation in the Overworld is not dependent on the ability to artificially load chunks. It's been a while, wasn't it? So, last time we have sketched out the unique design of the switch relying on Shulker's teleportation and prepared our world to actually receive Shulkers at the first place. Which led us to an interesting discovery of an interesting end crystal duplication glitch. I know, we could have utilized it to try to make some sort of a ridiculous ender crystal duplication based tree farm, for example, but that would mean that my world would be pretty much forever stuck in 1.8 end level settings. So instead I decided to work around that bug, which I think was a good decision. So for that we have killed the dragon with empty bottles and thorns, and guess what, we have enough ender stink bottles to last us a good while, or until we find some proper use for them. So with the end pacified with our makeshift enderman mob switch, it's time to sketch out the plans how to wrangle the Shulkers from their cities using a simple rail system. So here we have the map of our end, which I made up, so we have a plan of the action, which entities we are raiding and where. So I'm really glad that I didn't pillage and remove all the Shulkers at first, just tube them, because now we have all those Shulkers really close to the main island and we can easily bring them with rails rather than wrangle them through end gateways, which might be a little problematic. So as you can see, we have two sections here over the void, one from the main island, second goes up to the top islands a little bit, and then we'll go around here mostly on the land, which means that we won't need too many bridges, which is great, because doing bridges is a little bit frightening over the end. And we have a bunch of NCDs, as this one and this one are the, which I call like a large size, so that will be our first candidates. And at the bottom we have an S, which it's a small city, but it has this Shulker tower, so tower with lots of Shulkers, and that's actually quite a bit of Shulkers. So those three cities should be enough for one mob cap, and then the rest of the cities I can wrangle at some point later to get for the second mob cap for either alter ego or for some guests that we can have at some point in the world as well. But I'll do it later off camera. F cable bridge builder for the win. Just hold right click and that's it. I'm just kidding. But what really helps to avoid the frustration in building those bridges over the void is to enable grid lines. Therefore, in case you fall, you have some points of reference, you can orient yourself much better so you not end up in the void. And there's also another tip. If you go to settings, disable bobbing. Walking on the bridge, bobbing left and right, it's really no fun, it's really frightening. You're thinking like you're gonna fall, and you will fall if you start to correct it and move left and right. So by disable bobbing, it's actually much more peaceful and much easier. You don't just walk like a drunkie. And at the end, when all the rails are put in, I just put the powered rails, and you don't need actually that many of them. I put them here on every chunk border, so as an added bonus, if an empty minecart escapes, it will stop on the next section, because 16 blocks away between each powered rail is not enough for an empty minecart to catch on. So in total, we don't actually need too many golden rails, which means that we don't need to dupe them at all. Now at this point, before you even send any Shulker back in, you have to have all the infrastructure ready to be able to send them through. The thing is, any station that you build just to keep them temporarily is going to be a pain in the butt, so it's better just to send them directly to the Overworld. So in this case, the minecarts will be coming from this direction over here, like I am here on the over top of this activator rail, which will bump them out of the minecarts over here. So what I did here, I disabled all the teleport locations around this space, so they'll be chilling here above this rail, ejected, and eventually they'll find their place around this bedrock pillar here in the middle. And that's when we can push them to the Overworld. It's also important to remove all the valley locations around the center pillar as well, because when you keep pushing them with pistons, if they manage to teleport to some other place, they'll still go through, but they'll end up in a different location, a different block in the Overworld, which will cause them probably to suffocate and die. So that's why we have a little bit more water around here. So now let's check the Overworld. So that's the overall part of this contraption. You can see that it's quite inconspicuous, there's pretty much nothing here, and that's because it all happens underground. And underground we have all the solid blocks, so all the invalid blocks for them to teleport, so that's great. The only place we have here, and I will pop into spectator for that, we have this Draught over here, which is in exact position as the bedrock blocks on the pillar that they are attached to. So they're gonna be teleported here to the overworld, and they're gonna end up wrapped around that Draught, which is also not a valid location for them to be. And the only location that is valid for all of those 4 Shulkers to teleport is the one behind that bush here. So if I break that bush in the corner, you can see those are the 4 spots for the 4 Shulkers that are inside, just moved up and to the side by 8 blocks. The only location for all those 4 Shulkers, assuming they will be around this location to teleport, is that one corner. So it will be very easy for us to pick them up from that hole. And we can quickly visit the actual spawn right now and see, I just put a little bit of thing in the air surrounded by blaze rods, and that's enough to prevent Shulkers from actually staying here, because they'll try to teleport 10 times when they are teleported to world spawn, but there's nothing that they can attach to right now, so they'll move back to 0-0. And now we just need to build a trap. Now, I know this is functional, but it's just plain ugly. If we're gonna have a Shulker trap like this in our world, we have to make it look good. But I have an idea, so let's collect some resources and get to building on this thing. Okay guys, so we have collected all the blocks required for the build over here. So we have a bunch of green blocks. There is a first, second and third Shulker box. We have a bunch of vines. We have lots of red blocks as well, pistons, other stuff, pistons, pain to craft really. And string, lots of string. Some carry-on stuff, and then we have a jambus, which is the most important thing to do any sorts of building. And here's the design for a trap. A giant fly trap. So we build it, and we are here on the creative copy of the world, making sure that everything is sealed tight, and Shulkers don't have too many spots to teleport except with what we designed them to do. The thing is, with technical builds and ugly builds, it's really easy to figure out if it's wrong or right, but with more decorative builds, it's quite easy to actually miss a spot. So we need to do what I call a squeeze test. So I filled up both those spots with Shulkers in both chambers. Now we're gonna squeeze it. We're gonna observe, are they popping out somewhere? Okay. And you can see it's not that... I guess it's not that bad. I mean, we have this spot over here that got filled immediately, so we have to put a vine over here, so that's not a big deal. Oh, and you can see on this hill here, yeah, this also needs a little bit of carving. There's, I think, one block that's a little bit too close, allowing shulkers to teleport, so that's not a big deal. So we're gonna fix it, and we are ready to move shulkers in. And to move the shulkers in, we have to rig up the end cities, so that's what comes next. So we are done rigging the shulker cities that I mentioned at the beginning, all 3 of them. Everything worked flawlessly. I tried already with 4 shulkers moving using the system, and it works great. They are in the overworld waiting in their location, so that's fine. And here we'll be riding 8 of them at a time. One by one, dropping them from the city to here, securing in place, and then releasing it all with the player accompanying them to the main island. Now, to assess how many shulkers is in a particular entity, it's actually very easy. You just need to press F3, and the number of entities, because we don't have any endermen in this case, is just shulkers. And if you have an end ship, that's the item frame with the Lytra and the player. If you don't have any minecarts, obviously, then that's the number of shulkers. So you can very easily tell exactly how many shulkers is in each city, providing we don't have any endermen spawning. Now what we have here is a bunch of rails just curving to this lockers, and will be just by flicking these levers we can just change the direction, accepting more shulkers into more places, making sure that the new one, everyone has its place, and once you're ready you can just flick those levers back in the other end and making sure that they are forced the other way around, and just flick this lever which will release them one by one in the same distance so they don't bump into each other, and we can just follow them in a minecart like so. So we have here the first batch ready for us, full 8 shulkers. They are great, waiting, all the rails are fine, yeah, should be fine. Let's check the invisibility, okay, invisibility is still fine. Let's pop them in. And let's go with them. So we are arriving here in the main island. Just need to make sure that they all pop out. Yep, perfectly fine. And then we're just waiting until they teleport to the main pillar. You can see they're doing great. The invisibility is still 2 minutes, so that's fine. Should be fine. And now we just need to wait until they... Yeah, we can move those two. Oh, I think there's something wrong. Yeah. Because there's no Shulker on this side. Ah. Anyways. Yeah, just send those two. Maybe. But then it's not guaranteed. Yeah, so we can send these two. So we send them 3 times. Oh. And they didn't pop out to the same side. So that's the problem. That's not how you should do it. Let's send this one and this one. Technically, I don't know if this is 3 or 4 Shulkers. So technically we should wait until all of them pop in. So here I'm marking how many Shulkers I sent per spot, but that's 3 essentially. Guys, I just logged in, back in, and this is not good. It seems like invisibility doesn't hold when you log out and log back in, at least for a couple ticks, so they saw me. Oh, dang game. What to do, what to do, what to do? To wrangle them back in. Okay, I've wrangled them back in somehow. You can still do rail mess, doesn't matter. Let's try to just transport this 6 and we'll see. That's the end of this Shulker city, so that's all 6 of them. Yep. And let's go with them to the main island. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You don't. You don't. Oh, mess again. It's either too late or I don't know. What to do, what to do. These are dancing, so that's not bad. This one here is just sitting. Yeah, I forgot to turn the last flicker on. Lever, doesn't matter. Let's release them. No, no, where are you going? Okay, oh, dang it. 2 are escaping. Let's chase them. Because the ones that are here are staying, so that's not a problem. I don't have a minecart, dang it. Minecart. Yes, we have minecarts here. Yes. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Fly. Don't eat. Don't eat. Fly. I don't want you to eat. Okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. We caught them without them bumping into each other in unloaded chunks. Yes, go, go. Go. Okay. Oh my god. One stopped. They were too close. Let's try to bump it. Yeah, boy. I need to catch it, and we can go. Whew. I think crisis averted, at least the small one. I'll bring those 2 to the main island, and we'll see what we can do with the other 4. Dang, it was almost flawless with this one. Okay, so I'm back. Let's drink invisibility just in case, just to have a full delay. Opt out. They don't run into them. And assess the situation. So don't wear the boots, so that's good. Now it's just one hot mess. Some of them are in minecarts even, so that's harder. Let's block him. No, that's not how you block him. Yeah, that's better. That's not. It's gonna make sure that they are not escaping. What to do? What to do? What to do? These minecarts are goners for sure. Okay, the first one should be back in position with a minecart action. That's okay. Second one, boom. Oh, dang it. Did you get caught on the block? Probably. So just to Be very, very careful. It doesn't work. Released. Can we push it? Yeah, we can. Okay. Now extend this guy. That's not how you power. That's how. Yeah, boy. In place. Third one. Go. Oh, still doesn't. No, it does. It just. Okay, there was no block here. So I guess if I put just a block here, yay, it'll. Okay, it's back. Now the last one, the fourth one, the most messy one. Okay, I managed to get in a different position. Why you no move? Do I need to push you one more? Non-sticky block, non-sticky block, non-sticky block. Where's my non-sticky blocks? Okay, diorite will do. Diorite's gonna save the world. Let's place it here. Push it a little bit more. Dang it! No! No, you have to have... No, 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 no. What you're doing. Dang it. Okay, I approached it from the other end and... Oh. What's wrong? Oh, it's not powered. That's simple. Yay! We salvaged the situation. 15 minutes later. Guys, remember always to check your redstone. Make double, triple check, making sure that everything is freaking right. Yeah, so everything should be cleaned up right now. That's the last batch from the city, so it doesn't matter. It can be messy. I powered the... Yeah, I powered it here. This... So we are not powering all of it, but this should do. Grab minecart and we should go. We have 5 more minutes, so we should be fine. Yeah. So just put a minecart and we can hop and go with them. Hopefully no mishaps, because that's the second one already on this batch. We should be fine. Now let's go for the second tower. Hopefully that will be less eventful than the previous one. Oh. So now we are at the location of the second city we'll be raiding, and this is the small one, but has this tower in the middle which typically has like 12 shulkers, so that's a large number anyways, and we are ready to wrangle them in. What? That was a graceful ending. Stupid game. Did you see that? That was okay. Dang it. Stupid game. Stupid shulkers. Stupid invisibility. Stupid no armor. Stupid, 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 stupid. So I'm here arriving with the next batch. It's gonna be almost the end of that city. That's good. I'll try to show you how to do it properly without messing up. So you have to be really patient. You have to wait until all 4 of them occupy their spots before you send anybody else. So still missing 1. Yeah, that's everything. So we can send them. You have to send both pairs, not at the same time, but one after another. And don't touch any other button until the other 4 find its place. So yeah, we could move these 2, but we're gonna wait. Because we sent 1 shulker on each side, which means that, yeah, there's 1 more. Which means that we have 1 spot in the mob cap, not mob cap, the cramming cap in each location. So come on, come on. Spot is waiting for you. There's no way to go. And it went here. So now we can press the button and making sure that this will actually send them right to the location, just 2 of them per spot, which means that we have fully sent 8 by 2 spots. That's how we do it. Dang it! Ah, forgot to take my shoes off. Oh, kids, don't forget to take your shoes off when you get to someone's house without asking. They may not like it. Guys, so I just wrangled the first batch from the 3rd city, and I already noticed an improvement we can make with the rail system. And we can skip every other one, and just when you send the first one, it's going to end up in the first spot. Then the second shulker is going to bump from this one, landing on the second. Then we just need to flick this lever once for 2 shulkers. Third is going to go here, and fourth going to bump into the 4th spot. So we can limit our number of times we have to go down. Twice, sending 2 at a time. I wouldn't send more than 2 really, because they're always gonna have something happening, so you wanna control it, but that's better. That's essentially twice as fast. So I'm moving now the last batch from the last city, and I'm passing by this first one, and what a mess I was making the first time with all this slime around it. Yeah, it's a learning curve. And that's essentially all the shulker wrangling done. We put the marker on the wall, that's the last 2. You have 22, up to 22 per position, so be just below cramming. Now I just need to move it to the mob switch. And don't forget to clean up after yourself. So we are back in Overworld. All the Shulkers should be right next to us. Actually, I'd like to show it to you. Let's pop into Spectator, because this looks really cool with this Shulker fan in the middle. That looks great. That was a lot of fun. So now I need to pop back out, and we have to move them to the new location. The first thing we have to do, what we can do, is to splash them a little bit of health potions. I have a bunch of health potions that we can use to kill them a little bit. Some of them are scratched up. That's the best moment to have them in one place to just get them a little bit more health. And now we need to just pop in the invisibility. I have lots of potions ready. I have minecarts, and we can start to move them to the permanent location. Just need to remove that bush, and they should, yeah, right in. There's plenty of candidates to find this spot, so they should be fast. And we are done. Project complete. At least half of it. I will wrangle the other Shulkers from the other cities off camera. And I must say, it was actually quite a bit of fun. It's actually quite a fun process. Working with mobs, especially Shulkers, can be annoying at times, but with proper preparations and the good setup that we had, it was actually kind of fun. So, we have now a proper Shulker switch. It should last us quite a while, at least a few future versions, until, I don't know, until they make Shulkers renewable, we'll see. But this setup with the teleportation based switch is actually super fun. Like these fly trap plants that captured some flies inside. It looks really good. Now, I was worried when I first did the rough sketch of this design that it's gonna look plain, but due to the mix-up of all the red blocks inside of it, it actually fades pretty well. So you have a darker inside and then it fades to the brighter outside. I like it a lot. Now you are probably thinking, why the heck are you in creative mode? But what you should really ask is, why do you still have a flybow in your inventory? The thing is, I wanted to test it out how the setup's gonna work in future versions. I had a lot of issues in 1.13 in the first time when I realized I had to remove all the chunks and dimension loading to even open it in 1.13. Then it went smoothly. Then I upgraded to 1.14, and first of all, when I logged in, it logged me in as the single player from this world. Now I know where all this stuff I thought I had is gone, so I probably need to put it somewhere in the chest. The thing is, the first time I logged in, there was tons of bodies around me still spawning despite the Shulkers being right here. At first I thought what you probably also are thinking, that they did something really bad to the Shulkers, but testing it in single player and restarting the world actually fixed it. So now there are no mobs spawning around me, which is fine. But now there's one more thing new to it, so let's turn the switch off for a moment and leave the area. First of all, I must say, the server is struggling big times. There's something really bad happening with the game in these snapshots. The server is at constant 100% of the CPU, the game is not really playable, but also, on the other hand, we see that we have no spawns, even with the mob switch turned off. The thing is, they kept changing certain important aspects of the game, like the size of the spawn chunks. Now they are much bigger, so technically these Shulkers are always in them. So with the mob switch in that place, it's not a mob switch, it's a mob kill. I mean, it's not a big deal. You can always move them somewhere else. The process of doing it is actually pretty easy if you have all the rails set up properly. But I haven't seen any changelog messages regarding the spawn chunks, so until it's released in 1.14, I don't assume it's even in the final form. I would still consider this as a fluke and something that still can be reversed back to what was in 1.13. But for now, I'll go back to 1.12 and finish up all the projects I want to get done in 1.12. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. I hope you all enjoyed this project and this episode. If you did, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you're new, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Next time, I'll see you in the Nether because I have some unfinished business there. Bye bye!